Hi guys, today's topic is occurrence of metals. Okay, which is the major source of these metals means earth crust. Earth crust is the major source of these metals. The highly reactive metals we cannot get from the earth crust, but least reactive metals and all we can collect from the earth crust as a free elements, and also seawater. Seawater contains lot of amount in the form of salt, for example sodium chloride, magnesium chloride. So seawater also is the another source for this ionic compounds. Next one we are going to see about minerals. What does mean by minerals? The elements or compounds which are naturally occur, and that is known as minerals. Elements or compounds or compounds, this is the short form of compounds, which are naturally occur, and that is known as minerals. Next topic is ores. What does mean by ores? Means at some places the minerals in the high percentage, we can extract the minerals, particular mineral in the high percentage, and we can extract from it some of the procedure. We can extract that metal more amount, but in some places only it will occur. So that minerals is known as ores. Next, I will repeat the reactivity series here. The high reactive metal I said sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium and aluminium. And the medium reactive metals zinc, iron, lead, copper, and least reactive metals silver, gold. So according to this, the metals we can occur from different forms. First, these high reactive metals. These 5 are very high reactive metals. We cannot found this metal in nature as free element. So we cannot found this element from the nature. And second one, medium reactive metals. Medium reactive metals. These metals can extract from earth crust as in the form of oxides, sulfides and carbonates. Not directly we can separate these metals from the earth crust, but we can separate as their sulfides, oxides, carbonates. We can extract this metal in the form of their sulfides, oxides and carbonates. Most of the metals you can see in the form of oxides. Why? Because oxygen is very reactive element which is present abundant on the earth. So oxygen is very reactive element. So you can see these metals mostly in the form of the oxides. Next one, least reactive metals. These metals we can get in the form of free state. We can get directly these metals. It is in the free state. Not only silver and gold, we can get copper and platinum also. Copper and platinum also. These are very least reactive. Copper, silver and all we can get in the combined state of their sulfides and oxides. Copper and silver and all we can get in the form of their sulfides and oxides. So again I will repeat. So you know the reactivity series. In the previous video I told about that the high reactive metals we cannot get directly in the earth crust. The medium reactive metals we can get, but in the state of their sulfides, oxides and carbonates. Most of the metals are in the form of oxides because oxygen is very reactive which is abundant in the earth. Next one is Gold and silver, these are all least reactive. We can get it as from free state. Like that, copper, silver and platinum also. Copper, silver and all we can get from their sulfides and oxides. Several steps involved in the extraction of metals from its ores. Ores means I said the particular mineral which is present in the high amount, and it can be extracted from some more steps. So we are going to extract the metal from its ores, and it contains more steps. Now we are going to take the ore, a concentration of ore. And I said the metals are in 3 states. Highly reactive metal and medium reactive metal and least reactive metal. First we will see about highly reactive metal. Highly reactive metal, we can extract the metal from electrolysis. From electrolysis of molten ore. After that we will get pure metal. After this extraction we will get pure metal. So highly reactive metal, how we are getting? Electrolysis through the process of electrolysis. After we are getting pure metal. Now come to least reactive metal. Least reactive metal, what I said, silver, gold, platinum, copper and all I said. Copper and silver are in the form of their oxides and sulfides, like that I said. So these least reactive metal in the form of sulfide ores. And what process we are using means roasting process. What process? Roasting process we are using here. After we got that metal, to purify the metal we are doing refining. Okay. I said the least reactive metals are in the form of sulfides and oxides. So we are taking here sulfide ores. Roasting process is going to happen on that metals. Then we get metal after we are doing refining. Now come for medium reactive metal. It is the biggest process. In this medium reactive metals, 2 ores we are getting. One is carbonate ore. Another one is sulfide ore. So carbonate ore we are doing the process of calcination. For sulfide ore we are doing the same as here. For least reactive metal also, for sulfide ore we did roasting. Like that here also sulfide ore we are doing roasting process. For carbonate ore we are doing calcination. For sulfide ore we are doing same as roasting process. After that we got oxide of metal. Both process we get oxide of metal. Then reduction of metal. Then the oxide is going to reduction of metal. Finally, purification of metal. Final step is purification of metal. So again I will repeat completely. Concentration of ore, 3 types of metals: high reactive, medium reactive, least reactive. High reactive electrolysis process, after we are getting pure metal. Least reactive sulfide ores, we are doing roasting process, then metal, then refining. And medium reactive carbonate ore and sulfide ore. For carbonate ore we are doing calcination, sulfide ore we are doing roasting. After that we are getting oxide of metal, then reduction of metal, and then purification of metal. Finally we got the metal. The final topic is enrichment of ores. Enrichment of ores. What does mean by enrichment of ores? Means we are getting the ores from the earth crust that contains a lot of amounts of impurities. It contains lot of amount of impurities such as soil, sand, etc. So we have to remove these impurities by using some procedures. So that procedure contains more steps, and that procedure is known as enrichment of ores. Ores contains more amount of impurities such as soil and sand. We have to purify the metal. So that going through process is known as the enrichment of ores. Thank you.